Rick Stick My Dick in It Flag Sr. is a man of sleeping with people, vengeance, but not sudden character shifts. Rick Flag Sr. was never rushed, he was just fed up. Here's why. Being the first mission we follow of Rick Flag Sr. is already against a metahuman of the goddess Circe. After being captured by Task M, Amanda alongside Diebeard and Flag interrogate Circe to understand her motives. Turns out, she wanted to take out their future dictator before all hope was lost. After being shown a vision and being confirmed by a professional, Amanda Waller sets out Task M to kill off the princess, with Rick Flag Sr. being the exception, calling BS on Circe. We'll get back to this. After disagreeing with Amanda Waller with what they should do, Rick Flag Sr. retreats in his home only to get jumped by Frankenstein. His own house invaded, he's forced to defend himself against a giant simp Solomon Grundy, and it's full-on life or death. Until he starts crying, in which Rick then tries to, negotiate a deal. Not even 3 minutes into this video and already Flag is dealt with 2 metahumans, with 2 impactful motives: to kill a significant ruler of a nation, and to kill him. There are 2 factors throughout his journey that impacts him the most: his lack of control and pressure. Rick Flag Sr. called BS on Circe's truth. He denies the idea that Princess Ilana was never a bad person, but nonetheless throws a good point, that we shouldn't punish people for crimes they haven't committed yet. He investigates with Frankenstein after convincing him to be on his side temporarily and finds out that the lesbian lover Macpherson, the person who confirmed Circe's vision, is not a person, but is none other than Clayface. After a rough fight, this man wakes up to the news that Ilana was assassinated. Knowing Waller, she would have never said anything about the mission and how it went or who made it out. At best, the only thing he can do is to try and connect the dots, and Rick Flag Sr., while I don't doubt he isn't intelligent in some way, with him being too old, too tough, and most importantly too stubborn, he'd still believe that Circe was only ever lying. Ilana's death not being necessary, and Clayface and Circe were the ones who were working together. Speaking of, after teaming up with Frankenstein and before waking up in a hospital, this gamer Clayface molly-whooped his ass so far from the exosphere of the planet Earth that he gets transferred back into being Crossbones in the MCU. Clayface swings with his blunt mud extremities so viciously that it allows Flag Sr. to get a glimpse on how Flag Jr. is doing. He gets dog-watered so badly that he becomes the Dark Knight without the night, because the only thing he's seeing after that is paralysis and darkness. At the hands of a metahuman that works for another metahuman, right after getting attacked by a whole other metahuman in his mind, Rick Flag Sr. almost dies. In each of the DCU projects Rick Flag Sr. has appeared in, he's experienced a disastrous thing that pushes him further along a cliff towards madness, and this was the first nudge. The next is in Rick Flag Sr. in the Pentagon, listening to Lex's proposal only ever brings up 2 points. Superman stopped the war, naively but well-intentioned, and asking, "We're locking up all metahumans now?" to ask of its ridiculousness. Of Lex's, that is. This was before Superman's expose. Flag, alongside the rest of the world, learns of the mission that he was supposed to have.
Rule without mercy.
Superman. That Superman build a harem, spread the kryptonite seed, and take over Earth by means of grooming. He just learns alongside the rest of the world that Superman was sent here not to serve humanity, not to protect it, but to take over it, to become new Krypton. Even before the expose, he, alongside Metropolis, bear witness to metahuman terrorism with the hammer of Baravia. After Superman stopped the Baravian-Jarhanpur war, a big juggernaut-looking tank attacks Metropolis of its Golden Boy and of its people. He sees firsthand the political turmoil, consequences, and damages due to the hands and of the existence of metahumans, which the US can't seem to control yet, as available ways of defending themselves like Planet Watch isn't implemented yet. In Superman, the following happens at the same time. The Justice Gang arrives in Jarhanpur to help and protect its people from the invading troops of Baravia. While doing so, Hawkgirl goes to the position and kidnaps the Baravian president into the sky. The president, severely underestimating Hawkgirl's ability to end a life, calls her weak, only to find out he was dead wrong. Get it? In the same movie, he has witnessed the following: super terrorism, metahuman world domination threats, metahumans killing world leaders, and finally, with the help of metahumans Ultraman and the Engineer, Lex Luthor tears a literal new one in Metropolis that almost reached the next city over. They open an entire black hole right beneath the city that could have swallowed the entirety of the planet as we know it. And finally, we move on to the origins of the video itself. We go to Peacemaker. He was the head of Argus in Superman as well, by the way, but due to Leota Adebayo spilling the tea to the public, Amanda Waller was replaced by Rick Dick Sticker Flag Sr. and proceeds to battle his emotions. After months of dealing with Amanda's secrecy and constant, "Sorry, that's classified probably," he becomes determined to find out what really happened to Rick Flag Jr. After commanding Economos, or Econogoat, he confirms it. Peacemaker was responsible. Peacemaker was the one that killed his son. Peacemaker was a joke. How is this Chris Smith free? Fucking no way. This guy is walking. What, because he took down some cows and butterflies? That isn't right. No. Screw that. He needs to pay. Being the man who leads Argus, with all this power, he is fully capable of gunning for Peacemaker without any consequences. From his very first mission to the latest, it's always been the same. Criminals who commits crimes, gets arrested, and put away, or die. No other ways out, right? He reads the last word of a man who will always be, more than anyone of this world, be the very best possible man that can be. On paper, his son. His son is dead. On a side note, being in control of Argus is no light task. He needs to find out where exactly Peacemaker is, not only for his personal reasons, but to get to what he has, the ability to travel through dimensions, seeing the world around him, of metahuman Boy Scouts being sent to spread seeds, of people with wings dropping presidents from great heights, of goddesses tricking man into killing its leaders, of monsters destroying his bones and almost killing him, to pricks with technology killing the world he lives in, and of what his world revolves around. Why wouldn't he?